Morning class. For today's short lecture, we'll be learning about economics basics part 1. So from your perspective of your exams such as your CDS, NDA, AFCAT, CAPF, economics plays a crucial part. Questions in economics are basically which gets asked are you about from unemployment, such as what are different types of unemployment, frictional, seasonal, all those. They will be asking you about GDP, depreciation, NNP, NDP, all those. Then they will be asking you about inflation. Why does inflation occur? What are the factors for inflation? What are the types of inflation? Similarly, about deflation, why deflation occurs? What are the types of deflation? So these are some of the expected questions from economics. Today we'll be starting about the basics, such as what is the meaning of economics, what are the problems it tries to tackle, and what are the various sectors of economics. So firstly, we have what is economics. So in the most easiest term, economics can be defined as the study of how people and societies decide to how to use up their resources. We all are aware the resources are very minimal, and with time, with the increase of population, the demand for resources are getting increased. So in the most basic term, economics can be defined as how resources are to be divided or are to be used among the people, right? This is the definition. Economics is basically a study of how people and societies decide to use their limited resources. It looks at how things are made, shared, and used. So now we come on to central problems of an economy. Suppose you take up any state, country, or any region or any economy. So what are the problems faced by it? So firstly, we have what to produce. Secondly, how to produce. Thirdly, for whom to produce. So, what to produce. Suppose you take up the situation of India, and India followed the plan of 5-year plans from after independence, right? We had first 5-year plan, second 5-year plan, third, and onwards. So, India had to decide what to produce or where or what to produce, right? So India decided agriculture for the first 5-year plan. For second 5-year plan, India decided on industries and development. And for the third 5-year plan, India decided it was a balance between development and agriculture, right? So what to produce? It can be either agriculture, it can be business, it can be entrepreneurship, right? That is the first central problem. Second is your how to produce. In how to produce, there are basically two parts. It is your labor intensive and capital intensive. So labor intensive will be your where labor is mostly used. It's physically very exhausting. It is more labor than more capital, right? There is less machinery, there is less technology involved. And then we have capital intensive technique. In capital intensive technique, what happens is there is the usage of more capital than labor. There will be the usage of more technology, there will be usage of new modern techniques, then the use of labor. Labor will be less in usage, right? Finally, we come on to for whom to produce. So it is to whom does it caters to? Is it for the farmers? Is it for the businessmen? Or how is it be distributed? So that is your third problem which needs to tackle, that is for whom to produce. Then we come on to the branches of economy. So firstly we have microeconomics and secondly we have macroeconomics. As the name suggests, microeconomics tackles or it relates to the individual or the smaller quantities such as individual income, individual units and individual outputs. Whereas macroeconomy, as the name suggests, deals with aggregates such as national income, unemployment, employment, inflation, the bigger quantities. So micro will be your smaller, macro will be your bigger. Then we come on to India's economic sector. So India's economic sector is divided into three parts. Firstly, we have basis of activity, on the basis of condition, and on the basis of asset ownership. So on the basis of activities, we have primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector, quaternary activity, and quinary activity. We all know what our primary sector involved in. So primary sector will be your farming, quarrying, mining, construction, all those. Secondary sector, it will be your manufacturing sector, as it's suggested here, refining, producing current, electricity. And tertiary sector will be your services, hospitality sector. Quaternary and then quinary, right? Secondly, we have on the basis of ownership. On the basis of ownership, we have public sector and private sector. Public sector is owned by the government, whereas private sector is owned by private individuals. Then we have on the basis of work condition. It is either organized or unorganized, right? In organized, we get to see proper agreements, proper salary, every month salary is paid. That is your organized work sector. In unorganized work sector, we find laborers who are working in the farms, who are working in the shops. That is your unorganized work sector. They might be not getting proper salary every month. They will be getting your daily wage workers, right? So that is your India's economy sector, right? Now this is very, very important. This is a PYQ also. Different types of sectors in an economy. So what get asked is your examples. In your exam, they might give you an example such as construction is a part of which sector, or oil refining is a part of which sector, right? So this is a PYQ. So we take your primary sector. In primary sector, we use energy extraction such as mining, we get agriculture, we get forestry, we get fishing. So these are your primary sector activities. Then we come on to secondary sector. Secondary sector is also known as a manufacturing sector. It is producing goods from natural resources. So energy transformation, refining oil, producing electricity, creating more useful forms of energy, right? Then we come on the tertiary or service sector. It is your provide services including banking, health services, retail stores, food services, and education. Banking, health service, food service, education will be your tertiary sector. Again, I am saying they will just put down the name such as banking and then they'll ask which is the sector. You'll have to know it is your tertiary or service sector, right? So now we come on to types of economies. So we have two on the basis of development and on the basis of economic system. On the basis of development, we have developed economies and developing. So developed economies are countries which have properly utilized their resources, and developing is they are still figuring out. Developed economies will be your Europe, USA. Developing will be your Southeast Asian countries. On the basis of nature of economic system, we have capitalism, socialism, mixed economy. Capitalism is dependent on your market forces. Its main aim is to increase of profit. Socialism is a mixture of government owned and private owned, and mixed economy is a mixture of capitalism and socialism. With this, we have come to the end of part one of our economics basic class. We'll be meeting in our next class. Thank you, please.